Hi there. This is Andy Preston. This is my case study from EDL 856 on parental apathy. Uh, Takes place, this is Mrs. Rose. She's a new assistant principal. It takes place at John F. Kennedy School. The situation is there's no current PTA or PTO. The community and parental involvement in the school is very, very low right now. The principal and the parents have a previous history that the principal doesn't want to discuss, and he states that he fears negative consequences with the parents. He hasn't elaborated on that. Mrs. Rose is persistent and advocates to have more parental involvement, and he agrees to meet with Mrs. Rose and the parents for a meeting. They sent an announcement home with the students, but he is persistent on not having a PTO or PTA. The announcement apparently was given to the students. I'm assuming they just took it home in their backpacks, or who knows if it made it home. But anyways, only eight parents end up showing up for the meeting. We don't know the principal's state at this time. If he's mad, angry, upset, or if he's just apathetic and doesn't want to do the meeting. But he states that he doesn't really want to do the meeting. And at this point, Mrs. Rose has a decision to make on persuading the principal to go forward with the meeting. Uh, Things I need to know, that I want to know are why did only eight parents show up? Is this a lack of support, or is this a lack of communication? Why didn't they? Did all the announcements get home? Um, is the past the reason why only eight parents are showing up? Um, how did we communicate? Could we communicate another way, maybe with email or phone calls or a letter in the mail? And then I want to know why the principal's against PTO and PTA. I would like some more information on the past, his past experiences with parents in the community. And I also want to know, like, do the parents support extracurricular activities, or is this just an academic issue, or is this an overall apathetic issue for the entire school? And then it'd be really nice to know the demographics of the community and the parents and where they're coming from. Identifying the problem, Mrs. Rose, that's me in this case, needs to persuade the principal on the importance of parent involvement for school success. That's the first issue, to make the meeting go on and to show the principal like this is important. I also think that after that gets established, positive connections need to happen and interactions need to occur, or strategies need to be implemented to recruit more parents for school involvement and give them a role in the school. Category two, proposed plan of action. Honestly, my number one is to proceed with the meeting. Um, Eight people showed up. You got to make them feel important, valued, special. You need to start that positive interaction immediately. And I think the best way to do that is to start with these eight people, and word of mouth can make things grow from here. I also think you need to have a vision for parent involvement, like what their role is going to be, how you can sell them a vision of how they can help the school and help their child's success in school, and why success in school is important. And then I think you need to create structure and have some action for future meetings, be proactive, get an agenda, get ideas, have goals in place, possibly like where do we want to go with our advisory group here, or PTO, PTA, and then get some surveys out, at least to these eight parents, like what they value. Just find out more information. I think it's important in this case that we don't do the talking. We become people that just ask questions and listen. We can't learn unless we listen and ask questions. That's when the learning begins for us as administrators and leaders, and that's important in this case. Listen to the feedback, find out about the community, find out about what they need, and communicate on future dates, and on a positive note, an encouraging note. I think that's important for our plan of action. Promoting all the success for all students. We want students to be successful. It's proven time and time again. Parental involvement is positive for everybody involved: teachers, administrators, and most importantly, the students and their success in the classroom and their overall experience. Um, parents are invited, I would allow them to serve somehow. I would give them a role. I would make them feel special. I'd make them feel like they have purpose if they're coming to these meetings. If you can do that, hopefully you can recruit more parents, involve more parents, and if you can involve more parents, that correlates to higher student achievement. It's been proven by data time and time again that the more that parents are involved and help throughout a school and support a school, the better that the school does. The more involved parents can also open up new doors, new resources, new connections, and can lead to possible fundraising and who knows the opportunities that could exist with a possible PTO or PTA. Debriefing the problem, here's what I was thinking, feeling, and valuing. I was kind of upset. I was frustrated with the attitude of the principal. I feel he's lacking leadership, just being apathetic, and he's just not being a very strong leader with this situation. And why I feel that way is because I'm just confused why he doesn't support a PTA or parent involvement. And that's because I don't understand his past experiences, and I'm just thinking what happened in the past. And that leads to my questioning of why is he so apathetic, but now why is he warming up to it? So something happened, like he's something's going on where he's kind of both ways on this issue. And then I'm hopefully gonna persuade him to be able to delegate this to me, who's better with public relations than he is, or feels less stressful of a situation for me than him. And I'm more passionate about it. It's something that I would love to do. So that's my feelings. I'm also very encouraged, and I'm valuing the 8 parents that showed up. Like, that's great. 8 showed up. That's better than none. That's 8 people that really care. So we made some headway there. Hopefully we can have some positive interactions with these 8 people. Unsolved issues, further investigation. We talked about this, the principal's past experiences and his deeper understanding of what's going on there. Why don't we not have the PTO, PTA anymore? What is our principal's vision for parental involvement? How can we get more parents involved? These are all good questions that we need to ask. And then where do we go from here? What's the steps from here? Do we make a council? Do we make a board? Do we make PTO, PTA? Do we give parents a role? Where do we go? What's our next steps? Category 5, reflection. Here were the academic success for every student. Here are the 3 things that I came up with. Number 1, creating those positive connections. The more connections you can make that are positive with parents, that's going to lead to more academic success. The further you can broaden those horizons, the better students can do as a whole, as an entire student body. 2, I think by creating an advisory board or PTO, PTA, that's going to allow more student success. There's going to be more benefits for the students and more resources readily available for them by having this PTO and PTA. And then 3, I think having surveys for finding out the community needs and wants are really, really important. That helps us figure out for every student, what they really need or what their parents believe is important for their students' learning. Number 2, personal well-being of every student. I think it's important to have a positive school culture, and have that positive school culture, you have to have a positive community and a community that's involved. Without that, it's hard to have much pride in your school when you're in an apathetic setting. 2, I think you need to create connections. It needs to be, these new connections and with parents in the community can hopefully open up doors and new interactions and availability of new resources. And then 3, I think it's an ownership and a partnership. It's a bond between the school, the community, and parents, and we work together, not against each other or separate from each other. It needs to be this is who we are, this is what we stand for, and this is what we're going towards, and we need to walk hand in hand to create success. And then finally, community engagement. The 3 things I reflected on were, number 1, reaching out to the community. You got to create positive interactions. That's first and foremost, like we talked about with those 8 parents. Start there, word of mouth, work from there. Number 2, you have to involve all parents, find a way to reach the parents, communicate that their child's education is important, that their opinion, that they have purpose, and that we need them. It's a team effort, and that they do have a role in their child's education. And then three, we need to create a PTO, or PTA, or an advisory board or group